It's kind of like a saying that we have in the entertainment industry, like there really are no villains. They're just people trying to get what they want.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most stupefying revelations celebrities discovered on Finding Your Roots that left them doing a double take.
Oh, no, this is where it goes horribly wrong. Oh, God.
Number 10, Anthony Ramos.
I can't imagine, it's like these people just driving you out.
On the 10th season of Finding Your Roots, Emmy-nominated actor Anthony Ramos learned that his 15th great-grandfather, Andres, wasn't originally from Spain as he had always believed. Instead, Andres was an indigenous inhabitant of Tenerife, one of the Canary Islands colonized by Spain in the 15th century. He was then enslaved by a Spanish conquistador.
But we believe it was for at least 10 years, considering the conquest of Tenerife ended in 1496.
That's a long time to be a slave, man.
Andres managed to regain his freedom by persuading his enslaver to accept a substitute, likely one of the enslaved Africans recently brought to the islands. But then, after securing his freedom, Andres chose to align himself with the very people who destroyed his homeland. He joined the Spanish military and took part in the conquest of North Africa, where he is believed to have lost his life.
It's that every man for himself kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't imagine that he was really thinking about morals.
No.
In that moment.
No. But what a story.
Number 9, Keenen Ivory Wayans. Comedy legend Keenen Ivory Wayans received an agonizing surprise when he went on Finding Your Roots in 2016. Wayans learned about his great-great-grandfather Ben Pleasant, who was the personal servant of South Carolina Governor John L. Manning.
He looks exactly the way you would expect him to look.
Yeah.
Exactly. Wow. This is Ben Pleasant.
In the 1840s, Manning took Pleasant on a trip to Canada, where he was kidnapped by a group of abolitionists who intended to grant him freedom. However, Pleasant chose to return to slavery.
The story you want to hear is that your great-grandfather was Kunta Kinte. He cut off his foot and ran away. Led all the other slaves to freedom. My story is he went back.
While such a decision might seem befuddling, it is believed that his family remained enslaved under Manning. And rather than live freely apart from them, he chose to go back.
All I could think about was my family and my kids and, would it be worth it? That's not freedom. To leave them behind, that's not freedom. That's anguish.
Wayans also learned that his ancestry traces back mostly to Asia, from people who later migrated to Madagascar.
When you find out things like this, I'm a black man and I'm Chinese.
Number 8, Sigourney Weaver. It's remarkable to think about the ordeals people once endured for what is considered normal today. For actor Sigourney Weaver's great-great-grandmother, Barbara Hunt, that ordeal meant being institutionalized after suffering a miscarriage.
Here's your great-great-grandfather Josiah living with a daughter.
I see.
But where's Barbara? Where's Josiah's wife? Your great-great-grandmother?
I don't know.
Barbara had left her husband Josiah for a younger man, with whom she became pregnant. Unfortunately, any hopes of a fulfilling life with her new lover were dashed when she lost the baby and was committed to a psychiatric facility, where she remained until her death.
If you lost that child and you weren't married, I think it would sort of be like a judgment against you. What a tragedy.
It's unclear why exactly she was institutionalized, but it might have had something to do with a scathing letter Josiah wrote to a British court. Perhaps inspired by his mother's experience, Barbara's son, Weaver's great-grandfather, went on to become a doctor in a psychiatric hospital.
Even though what happened to her was tragic, he somehow made good come out of it.
Number 7, Wanda Sykes.
I had no idea that, I came from free people.
When comedian Wanda Sykes appeared on the show's very first season, she probably didn't expect to learn that she had the longest documented family tree of any African American they had encountered. And that's largely because of her paternal 9th great-grandmother, Elizabeth Banks. Banks was a free white woman who had a child with an enslaved man, which meant all of her descendants inherited her status, making them free people of color.
Did you know that there were free colored people in Virginia that far back in our nation's history?
No.
But perhaps the most shocking moment of the entire episode came when Sykes learned that some of her free ancestors of color had owned slaves themselves. This revelation deeply unsettled her, but in true Wanda Sykes fashion, she managed to find some humor in the uncomfortable truth.
I just hope, Fanny and Tails' family don't trace their roots and come and whoop my ass.
Number 6, Paul Rudd. Everyone probably expects their parents to have a close relationship, but not so close that they actually share blood.
How did they meet and fall in love?
Well, I think that they knew each other as they were kids because somewhere in the family tree, as you will probably tell me, they were related.
That was precisely the unexpected revelation waiting for actor Paul Rudd when he appeared in the 4th season of Finding Your Roots. Host Henry Louis Gates Jr. informed Rudd that his parents, Michael and Gloria, are actually second cousins. This means that they share the same set of great-grandparents.
It is a weird thing. I think there is something like third cousins, or they're cousins, second cousins.
Second cousins.
Second cousins. It's illegal now, right?
It's legal, but it's unusual.
It's a connection that's undeniably a little too close for comfort. Naturally, the news left Rudd feeling a little weirded out. However, that didn't stop him from throwing in a perfectly timed joke to lighten the mood.
So both your mother and father can trace their ancestry back to the Geyers.
Does this make my son also my uncle?
Number 5, Terry Crews. Actor Terry Crews had a difficult childhood, mostly stemming from his troubled relationship with his father, Terry Crews Sr. According to the actor, his father's domineering and sometimes violent behavior created an atmosphere of constant fear, leaving Crews so anxious that he wet the bed well into his teenage years.
I wet the bed till I was 15 years old because I did not know what was going to happen every night.
Right.
I wake up to screaming, fights, glass breaking, and I said, I gotta find a way out.
On Finding Your Roots, Crews learned more about his father's background and began to understand the cause of his behavior. He discovered that his grandfather, Edward Crews, spent time in and out of jail and had abandoned his kids when they were still very young.
In 1954, 11 years after they were married, Ermel sued Edward for the abandonment of their children. Your father would have been about 9 years old at the time.
Realizing the pain that this must have caused his father, Crews admitted that this new knowledge helped him see his father in a more compassionate light.
I mean, hurt people hurt people.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I've learned in all my walks.
Number 4, Mario Lopez.
Look at the transcribed section at the bottom.
Removed from the United States on or about 1952 to Mexico from the port of San Ysidro, California.
Immigration remains a sensitive issue in America today, but it has been that way for a very long time. TV host and actor Mario Lopez got a glimpse into that rocky history through the story of his paternal grandfather, Luciano. Lopez learned that Luciano migrated illegally from Mexico to the U.S. in 1952, only to be deported just 1 month later.
Luciano was detained by immigration officials and returned to Mexico via what was known as a voluntary departure.
5 years after that setback, he tried to return legally. By that point, however, anti-Mexican sentiment in the U.S. had grown so intense that it nearly discouraged him. However, he persevered and managed to cross into the U.S. on foot legally in 1957, and he remained there for the rest of his life.
I appreciate it, and I just feel like going down rabbit holes just to even learn more, and anxious to show the family. But it does, makes you kind of proud.
Number 3, Fred Armisen. Knowing the life and career of Saturday Night Live alum Fred Armisen, it's hard to imagine the level of espionage in his family history. Armisen grew up believing his grandfather, Masami Kuni, was a Japanese dancer who had lived in Germany before moving to America. It was only on Finding Your Roots that he learned the truth.
Well, that changes many things. I was gonna say everything. I guess everything.
Kuni was actually South Korean, born Pak Young-in, and only assumed a Japanese identity after the 1923 massacre of Koreans in Japan.
I think we all assign qualities to nationalities. Mm-hmm. So the fact that I love Japanese food, I just assume is like, well, it's because I'm part Japanese.
You like kimchi?
I guess I'll have to now.
But the revelations only got more shocking as Armisen discovered that Kuni was actually a spy. He aided Nazi propaganda efforts by entertaining German troops, while secretly gathering intelligence which he relayed to Japan. To say Armisen was stunned would be an understatement.
I can't believe it's taken this long in my life to know such a huge part of my genetic makeup.
Number 2, Edward Norton. Almost every family has a rumor about a famous ancestor somewhere in its history. For actor Edward Norton's family, the rumor was that they were somehow related to Native American heroine Pocahontas.
He'd grown up hearing that his father's roots traced deep into colonial Virginia's past, and that he was, in fact, a direct descendant of Pocahontas, the Powhatan woman who married the Virginia settler John Rolfe.
Norton always took the lore with a grain of salt, until he appeared on the 9th season of Finding Your Roots. The show's researchers managed to find a direct trail linking Norton to Pocahontas, confirming that she and her husband, John Rolfe, are indeed his 12th great-grandparents.
And how could you possibly determine that?
Through the paper trail.
It would have been documented, their paper trail of their children.
Of course.
The revelation caught the actor off guard, and he noted that it only serves as a reminder of just how vast the world is, and how deeply interconnected we all are.
Makes you realize what a small, piece of the whole human story you are.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Lupita Nyong'o. In the 4th season of Finding Your Roots, Oscar-winning actor Lupita Nyong'o made a discovery unlike any other in the show's history.
It's humbling, for sure. It's perspective gaining.
Through DNA analysis, researchers traced her lineage all the way to the oldest maternal haplogroup. This means she is a close and direct descendant of Mitochondrial Eve, the woman scientists consider the common ancestor of all humankind.
When Mitochondrial Eve was walking around, there were no human beings alive outside of Africa. Everybody was black in the whole world.
While most people's mitochondrial DNA, which is inherited exclusively from the mother, tends to mutate significantly across generations, Nyong'o's apparently showed little change and remains nearly identical to that of Mitochondrial Eve. Nyong'o was equally surprised and proud to receive the news.
I predate race.
You predate race. Yeah.
That's dope.
The revelation seemed to be confirmation of many scientific theories that humankind originated from Africa. What unbelievable discoveries have you made in your own ancestry? Let us know in the comments below.